Hello, it is your Chic Mortgage Millennial coming to you with a video about some mortgage things. It's been a long time, but I have been working, so I'm really excited. I said, let me do a video because I'm on my way to closing, and y'all know sometimes I look a mess. So I said, let me take some time to do a video to try to update everybody on everything that's been going on and talk about the market just a little bit. I am actually recording on my phone because I haven't used my camera in so long. Guess what? The battery is dead. So I don't want to miss this opportunity. Just grab the phone and we're going to do what we do. I am happy to share I'm officially a branch manager now. So I have always been torn with being a branch manager. There aren't a lot of branch managers. So a lot of times when the opportunity has been presented to me, it just wasn't the right time, right company, right situation, because I wanted to make sure that I was with a company that was not only going to just give me the title, but give me the control. So that has been very important to me because I want to be able to build a team, hire people that I want to hire. You know, we are pretty much self-employed, so I don't want the whole, here's a title, but I'm also going to micromanage you and all of that fun stuff. So I am very excited. I'm happy to be with, should I say the name of the company? Happy to be with the company that I'm with. So if you're interested, I'm sure I'll put the link down below. But it's so cool because I am a young millennial branch manager. Let's add woman and let's add melanin. And if you take a look, I'm telling you, if you look at all of these direct lenders, there just aren't a lot of women like myself. It's very exciting, which means I put in the work and now we are here. I can build a team. Today, I want to talk to you all about, of course, current state of the market because that's what I do. But there are so many videos out there talking about, oh, rates are going up and all of that fun stuff. But outside of interest rates, you know, I like to keep it real with you all. I feel like people are like putting just such an emphasis on, oh my gosh, the feds are raising the interest rates. The feds are raising the rates. But do you all remember, if you look at any of my videos from 2020 to 2021, rates were historically low. They were historically low. And we kept saying, buy now because rates are historically low. So it just, you know, upsets me and my homegirls because I feel like, you know, there was just so many people that we were almost having to convince to buy a home during this time frame. And now that rates are going back to normal and they're no longer, well, they're still low. Because if you look at, you know, a 30-year history, 20-year history within the past 10 years, like it's in the range. It's in the range. The only issue that I see is that pricing. That's advanced level 2. But, you know, I'm really not concerned about the rates. It's just the price and cost of the rates because things are increasing so fast, like from where it was in January to now, pricing just hasn't been able to catch up. And when I say pricing, I mean the cost of the interest rates. If you ever did research, then you would know that, hey, you can get a rate at no cost, or you can take a higher interest rate and possibly get a lender credit, or you can buy down your rate to get a slightly lower interest rate. But everything is looking real buy down right now. Basically to say if your credit isn't the best. So for example, you know how they say, oh yeah, the Fed raised the rates. Rates are now 6 point whatever, right? Whenever they give those estimates, they are talking about people with perfect credit, okay? Perfect credit, A1 credit situations. When they say the Fed raised the rates of this, that's that. Guess what? I love everyone that I work with, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not working with people who have perfect credit, excellent credit situations. So with this, it's just requiring us to be a lot more strategic in everything that we do. That's just been, it's been fun. It's been fun. It's been really fun. just having different conversations. But the good thing about it is I know people are like, oh, rates, should I wait? Should I wait? Should I wait? I mean, the best time to buy is always when you are able and ready to buy, because even for my closing today, I was telling the person that's closing on the home, you know, they had seller concessions, and the rate that they have right now is expensive or even not available. So it's just like, every time you start the process, you're starting the process wherever you are, wherever your individual situation is. And hindsight is always 2020. So what people try to do is they may say, oh, well, let me just wait. Let me wait. And then y'all see how, you know, my phone. They'll just wait. And then they'll come and say, okay, well, I want that. I want the past. And so that's why so many people and so many real estate professionals, they're always like, the best time to buy is now. Because we can tell you what's going on now. We can tell you what your mortgage payment is going to be now. And we can tell you what your interest rate is going to be now. But once we tell you something, if you decide to wait 9 times out of 9, that whole situation is gone when you come back to us. So it's kind of like, we can't predict the market. We can't say, oh yeah, because if you just wait a month or if you wait a year, it may be, it should be, it this. We can't predict the future. And more than that, with home prices increasing, at least y'all know I'm busy, because if you hear how many times my phone has gone off, this is my email. What was I saying? Waiting. But yeah, we can't predict the market. We can't predict anything. So when you come to us, we can give you the information right now. And the best thing that I have seen people saying is, they always come out with these new slogans and stuff like that whenever things are going on. But they said, marry the house, date the rate. Marry the house, date the rate. And I love that saying, because if you find a house, then if you love it, if you like it, if you feel like, hey, this is something that is good for now, you know, at least I can get some equity, tap into that equity. I like this house. Okay, well, this house is probably not going to be available if you don't take a chance to get it. It's not going to be available at that price. So if you like it, love it, marry it, okay? If your interest rate is not something that you want, but your payment is affordable, okay. Can you afford it? Yes. Compare, what would it be if you rented this property to yourself? Think about it. Is it more than purchase the property? Date the rate. When you start seeing that everyone's like, oh, guess what? Rates are low. Now's the time to refinance. Guess what? You have the house, you've married the house, you're committed to the house. Change the rate. Refinance. That's why they have refinances. But a lot of people, I find that a lot of people just aren't educated about the opportunity to refinance. Some people even think that every time you refinance, you have to like do a big major takeout equity cash out refinance. No, you can do a rate term refinance, just lower your interest rate. Or let's say if you want to grab some extra funds to pay off debt, you know, home improvements or just life, you can do that. As you educate yourself, marry the house, date the rate. Perfect saying. I don't know who came up with it, but I see that everyone is saying it. But that's something that, you know, we all are just dealing with right now, just the market change. And it's not a bad thing because the market changes every day, B. I think sometimes even these videos is just like a documentation for the market, because another thing that I want to get into is just all of this information. There are just so many videos available out there, which it can be a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. I'll get to that. All of these, there's so much information out there that sometimes like I'll just sit there and I'll play other people's videos talking about the market, economics, education, because we have more people that we can relate to who are talking about these things. So it's not a situation where finance professionals are old and dated and you're just like hearing like, if you wanted to educate yourself, it used to be that you would sit through these boring trainings and blah, 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 blah. And that's how it felt. But now you have people who are able to say this on kind of a level that you can relate to. So the information is there. That is why I don't feel that I should convince anybody to buy, because the information is there. And guess what? People are still buying. You might be listening to somebody who probably doesn't even qualify saying, well, I'm going to wait because of the market. When in actuality, no, they're waiting because they can't qualify. which there's nothing wrong for qualifying there's nothing wrong not being able to qualify because everyone moves at their own pace. They're going to qualify in their own time. But I think when you have so many people being negative and so many people like, oh, because I'm waiting for the market to crash and I'm waiting for foreclosures, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for that. It's like, okay, well, you can wait. That's your decision. Everything that people do, I'm always saying you have to make the best decision for you. Our jobs as mortgage and real estate professionals is just to educate you based on whatever you're coming to us with. But we cannot make this decision for you. I remember when I was doing a lot of down payment assistance deals when they were giving away free money at 2 and 3% interest rates. And so a lot of the down payment assistance programs, the rates usually trend a little bit higher, but let's say the rates were at maybe 3.25%. And so you have people coming to you and they're just like, man, but rates are 2% if I put my own down payment. But if I do down payment assistance, 3%, that's kind of high. I'm like, now do you know what people would do for a 3% interest rate? So even people back then, it's like you educate them and they're going through the process, they will still close, but they'll just literally think that, oh my gosh, I'm doing down payment assistance, my rate is 3%. People would slap their mama for a 3% interest rate right now. It's just funny that we have the pleasure of being able to see all of these waves and cycles. And it's kind of like looking at your children. It's like you can tell them like what to do, what not to do, but at the end of the day, they're going to do whatever they want to do. Sometimes it might be listen to you, and then they'll be like, man, mom, I'm glad I listened to you. If it wasn't for you, I would have da-da-da. Or you'll have some people that's like, man, I should have listened to my mama. And that's really how I look at it, because people will come back and they'll be like, man, I should have listened to you. Or they'll come back and say, I'm so happy I listened to you. I'm so happy I didn't quit. I'm so happy I didn't blah, blah, blah. It's always interesting to watch what is going on, especially if you have time. Like, y'all know I've been doing this for 11 years, exposed to it my entire life. So it's just watching all of the different phases, which it helps you and hurts you sometimes, because you might have a client that is literally panicking and you're telling them, don't worry about it. You're going to close. Don't worry about it. This is a great deal, but you still have to kind of walk them through and make sure that they are comfortable with the decision. Some people just make the loan process hard on themselves, but it's understandable because we do this all the time. So it's like client, repeat, closing. That's hopefully what everyone strives to do, is just to be able to continue to close loans. We might be used to it, but we also have to kind of hold the hands of others who might not be used to it and give them the room to panic, and then bring them back in and be like, okay, now that you've gotten that out the way, so let's talk about this. Because I've said this in previous videos, but what I love about mortgages is that it's a fact-based business. Like, we're not in the business of customer service. We're not in the business of you can negotiate. Some things you just can't negotiate. And most of the things that you can negotiate or come back to us with numbers is usually homeowners insurance or certain things. But for the most part, the numbers are the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Even when you have like loan officers who like sell dreams, or maybe they lived off of interest rates. I can give you this rate, I can give you the lowest rate. Those people are drowning right now because you can't just sell a dream, because at the end of the day, the numbers are going to be on that closing disclosure, on that loan estimate, and you're going to have to be able to stand by those numbers. People are going to see like pricing, how I'm saying pricing, because that's the thing right now. And if people are trying to say that it's not a thing, then you'll see. That's pretty much all. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to talk about, because who knows when I'm going to do another video. I would love to say that I'm going to be more consistent, but I'd be busy. I just wanted to talk about my new role, because some of you may think like, oh, what is a branch manager? I'm still a mortgage loan originator. I'm still going to originate loans, but I am now a branch manager. So what a branch manager has the opportunity to do is they can hire loan officers, train individuals, and able to have more control as far as things that you want to do and expense for your branch. Some of the things that I'm doing is I'm able to implement and host events. I just had a lunch and learn that I want to continue to do monthly to just connect people in the real estate industry in a small, intimate setting. There's just so many things. So you'll see all of the things because I'll try to post pictures on Instagram and all of that fun stuff. You know, it's just a lot more control and support. You don't want to have to come out of pocket for everything. And I'll get into that conversation a little bit later. But you see that other people are able to, but it's just, there's just not a lot of, you know, it's an exciting journey. So if you know, you know, I'm very excited. Very excited about this next chapter of branch managerhood. And I think it's a great company. Plus, the band is back together. So if you know my sister, she's been on the operations side, underwriting, processing for years, 20 plus years. At this point, we just stopped counting at 20 because, you know, you don't need to know our age. I'm at 11, but definitely I'll stop saying the number of years pretty soon. I feel like I'm getting old. No. We're not going to claim that. It just feels good because the loans, it's been a very smooth transition. Whenever you start with a new company, I always say all lenders are the same but different, but you still have to like understand their processes and their systems that they use, but you still have muscle memory because you know how to originate a loan. I'm just happy that the band is back together. These loans have been getting to the closing table really smoothly. And another thing is just that operations is so important when it comes to the mortgage side. I wasn't necessarily seeking a branch manager position, but her manager, the area manager, he was like, yeah, I've been wanting to open up a branch in Atlanta. So we had a conversation and he was like, I mean, we've talked before, but he just gave me that opportunity because he said, I've been wanting you. Once you have a solid operations that you don't have to feel that you have to be glued at your computer, because our goal is to get sales, be able to go to events, be able to host events, meet with our clients, you know, connect with brokerages, offer support, go to open houses, like this laundromat list of things that you want to do and not be stuck in the office. Previously, I just felt like I had to be overly involved in my loans, especially if you know that, hey, I'm structuring this loan really good on the front end, close it. I've gotten past all of the frustrations. Like once they go under contract, they're committed. We're here now. So all of the negotiations for rates, all of the negotiations, why should I use you? By the time operations gets the file, close it. The hard part is over. And it was just, I was having issues, not necessarily issues. I don't want to say issues because I work a certain way. I reach out to my clients, and a pet peeve of mine is if you're waiting on something, the other party has to know that you're waiting. So I would just find myself that I would be having to do a lot of things that I wouldn't have to do if I had good operations or proactive. Like if a borrower sends a processor the wrong document, and the processor receives it, looks at it, and knows that this is not acceptable or that the underwriter is going to come back with some other things, the processor should say, hey, just as easily as the person sent it to you, oh, this is not the right thing. This is what you need to send. Or did it just communicate? What would happen is they would be like, oh, well, they sent us the wrong thing. What are you telling me for? What are you telling me for? Did you tell them? Are you waiting? What are you waiting? So I would have to step in a lot to try to make sure that people are getting the right documents. And I just feel like that phase in my life, I was not able to be outside because if I had a closing, couldn't even go to closings because if I had one, I'm just trying to make sure everything's done. I'm like, that's not my job. Did you know that's not your job? That's not your job if you're doing that. Even I have a war room, as you can see. I'm always going to remember this. Trying to teach somebody to print to PDF because they sent the wrong thing. It was sat on. And now I'm trying to make sure that your loan closes. And I was moving too fast and I poured boiling water on my hand. So that's my forever war wound. And, you know, we don't want to go through that. So I am just very happy to have that teamwork back in place. But yeah, good things coming. Shout out to everyone who is supporting me in this journey or who has been watching my videos. I appreciate it. I'm trying to be myself. I like to do loans. I'm pretty smart at what I do, but when it comes to like the camera and all of those type of things. If you know me, you know that that's not me. But I am happy that I am educating people about the mortgage industry, and you kind of get to see another side, but it's pretty cool. Even to see people aspire to be mortgage loan originators, and they're like, oh, I found you on YouTube. I watch your videos. And I'm just like, me? Little old me? It's only up from here in chapter 200 in the mortgage world, but stay tuned and I'll try to post. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, Chic Mortgage Millennial, on anything, I'm able to do a lot more updates and videos there, reels, TikToks, things like that. I am still going to try to go on here and do videos every now and then just so I can talk, because I talk a lot. And sometimes I have so much to say that I have to be quiet. But then when I have time to release, I will be able to release. Usually it includes good information and a different aspect for you to see about behind the scenes of being a mortgage loan originator and now being a branch manager. Have a good day. And if you have not watched any of my videos, this is your first one, definitely look at the playlist and see. You might learn some new things about a new field and a finance professional. So thanks so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate it, and I'll be back. Bye.